Okay. Um, is this aesthetic? I don't even know. Mm, delicious. Okay, so I filmed this video probably just a few days ago, and I'm not exactly sure what possessed me to film it when I did. I was still kind of sick. You can kind of still hear in my voice a little bit how I'm not 100%, but I'm better than what I was when I first attempted to film this. I don't know what I was thinking, but I'm going to give it another go. Something a little bit less um, gravelly for my voice. So basically, what I'm doing is what is it? The BookTube Newbie Tag. And I said when I previously filmed this, I'm not necessarily new to YouTube. And my YouTube isn't like it's been like this whole big thing or whatever. So I'm relatively completely unknown besides the few thousand-ish people who have seen some of my videos before. But I am new to like booktubing, and I've given it a shot, but I haven't really like fully 100% committed. So this is me and my attempt to fully 100% commit. Sorry, I had to clear my throat and drink some water because it was giving nasal decongestion or nasally congestion. And I'm honestly, it's whatever. I've been sick for quite a bit and my voice comes and goes. So I know that for me, from the first clip to this clip, you're like, girl, are you code switching? No, it's just my sinuses, okay? So I'm so sorry, but bear with me. So, anyway, the first question, why did you start this channel? Well, I started YouTube in general because I love PlannerTube and I have been always wanted to just do like PlannerTube, but I am a very simple planner girl. And so, like most PlannerTube videos, I feel like people are changing their planners out a lot and they're always adding new things and they're being like decorative or they're doing bullet journaling. And so there's always something new to share. But me, like, I find a system, I stick to it, and it's the same thing over and over and over and over again. So the most that I could do was be like, here's my system, here's how it's been working. There really isn't any sustainability for it. And for me personally, at least as far as content creation goes. Sorry, I'm making my iPad move all around. Um, and then the other reason I like really am wanting to do YouTube is because I really like I don't want to say like the internet community, but I guess that's what it is. I formed a really great community like on Twitch. I am a Twitch streamer sometimes, but I more so me being a participant in someone else's stream, like being a viewer in another person's stream. Um, there is a Twitch streamer that I have followed for gosh, almost 10 years now. Her name is Sweet Pea. It's XO, I think it's XO Sweet Pea OX. And in her Twitch stream and like in her chat room, I gained some friends that I've never met before in my life. And like, but like they all know me, they know about my life, they know about what's going on, they're like up to date on things that are happening with me. And I don't go in there as much as I did before, but I used to literally watch like all 8 hours of her stream and be like a full-on participant, like be in the chat room chatting with everybody. And that was like my first kind of experience. This was back in like 2014. That was my first experience with like the online community, right? And so then I moved over to like I game. So I'm an online gamer. I game like I play Apex Legends, I play Fortnite sometimes. I've just started kind of getting into Call of Duty, played Halo forever. And in that, I also made tons of people that are my friends through online gaming, just through like randomly meeting each other in lobbies and then continuing to play games with each other long after the fact. And these are people who I have been online game friends with for years. So the online community is just kind of like a little special little place to me. And I kind of just wanted to get that from YouTube and with books as well. I personally just I don't know, like I just would love to merge the two. I guess is what I would love to do. And I'm more so in it to see like how great of a community I could possibly form through my channel. Um so that's the main reason. So what's unique about this channel? I don't know. I don't know if there's anything unique. I think that I I think that I have a very interesting way of I guess relaying my reviews. Sometimes I could be a little, I guess you would call ratchet when it comes to the way I review books. So like think book reviews, but like Cardi B in a sense, but not where it's to the point where it's like distasteful or anything like that. Not that she is distasteful. She's a beautiful woman. But sometimes I just like I'm looking at these characters and I'm like, what are you doing? Like what is happening here? Side eyeing the author, that kind of thing. But I feel like that's something that's a little unique. Also, like I'm a regular person. I don't have, this abundant setup. I'm sitting on my bed. My iPad is propped up on pillows. It's moving every 5 seconds because I'm moving, so the pillows are moving. I have some ring lights just because we randomly have. My husband's a photographer, so I have some of his ring lights. But yeah, like I don't really have like this super crazy setup or like this anything. I would like to at some point, if things go well, get a camera to try to make it a little bit nicer. But other than that, I just film on my iPad. So I would say that the unique thing about me is that I'm not like this super aesthetic person. I'm just regular and I just want to chat with you about books. That's it. The next question is, what are you most excited for about this channel? Building the community. That's the thing I'm most excited for. Super excited about building the community, getting book recs, giving book recs, like just opening up things that I don't really even know about. Like I watch a lot of booktubers videos and they're like so in the know about like publishers and publishing companies and authors and stuff. And I'm like, dang, where y'all get your info from? I don't know all these things. I just, happen to find out about certain books from what Kindle recommends me or, what I see sometimes on TikTok or whatever. Like I'm not super plugged in. So it would be exciting to see if this going on this kind of like journey would help me be a little bit more plugged into the book industry in a sense. Um More so like so that I can like know like, oh, like there's upcoming, this is what's upcoming, and boom boom boom, that kind of thing. So we'll see if that happens. And of course, community. Why do I love reading? um I think I love reading because reading other people's characters stories is like being able to see someone else's life through their lens and being able to learn life lessons without actually having to experience the struggle. I feel like books have taught me so much and have allowed me to learn from other people's just stuff, whether it's fantasy or fiction or nonfiction or whatever. I think that books are so like transformative and they transport you, and it's like not only is it like something that can help you escape, but it's something that can help you learn and become self-aware and self-assess and learn how to see things from other people's perspectives. And some of these books have really challenging characters with really dynamic personalities and backstories, and you're just like, some of your characters, you're like, I want to hate this character so bad. But like knowing everything that they've been through and knowing the reasoning behind why they're doing what they're doing, like they may not have gone about their decisions the right way, but I can't fully hate this character because I understand, because I've seen, from A to Z what it is that their thought process got them to why they are where they are. So I feel like that's what I love the most about reading. Um what book got me into reading? Hooked on Phonics probably. My mom was a big like Hooked on Phonics person. She had me and my brother doing Hooked on Phonics when we were younger. She also had like the full Charlie Brown encyclopedia set. I just remember from a very young age always loving reading. I think the earliest book I can remember is reading the Don't Do Drugs by Scruff McGruff. Um, I remember, I know you're probably like, what? But it was like one of those they handed out in school. And I don't know, it was a good book. I didn't understand what I was reading until much later in life, but I was like, wow, these illustrations and all this stuff. I don't know, don't judge me. All right. And I remember reading like Babysitter's Club and some of the Goosebumps books and I've always loved it. So that I would say that the first book that got me into like hardcore reading though, and I know it's like so cliche, but this is like I was born in 88. So the timeline, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. Like I my mom bought it for me. She heard about this book that everybody was raving about. She bought it for me. She brought it home and I devoured it. It was my first big girl book. It was my first book that was over 100 pages. And I tore that thing up. I tore it up and I was like, "Mom, in the back it says there's more. I need that." Like it was my first series. It was my first fantasy book. That was the book that opened the doors for everything else. And that was at that point, only the first three books had been written. It was Sorcerer's Stone, Chamber of Secrets, and Prisoner of Azkaban. So when I started reading Harry Potter, I had to wait for the books to come out. Torture. Absolute torture. But it was a time to be alive. It was such a great time to be alive. I had Harry Potter bed sheets, y'all. Don't touch me. Okay, so that's what got me into reading. What questions would I ask my favorite booktubers? How do you edit so well? Where the bookshelves and all the books that you got, like what how Sway? Because I am a grown adult woman with a job and I can't afford all these books and some of these girls are younger than me. And I'm like, where are you getting 1,500 books from? Like, what? Sorry, I know that was unprofessional, but that is what I'm talking about. What challenges of starting a booktube channel will be the hardest to overcome? Finding the time to film because I have a 4-year-old, and I'm running a household. I'm in between, like I'm a part-time working mom, part-time stay-at-home mom, kind of like I flip around my husband's schedule. My husband's in the military. So I just trying to basically work around both of their schedules is going to be the hard part. Filming setup, I think, like this isn't like an ideal background. And like if I was sitting at my desk right now, which is a hot mess, which is why I'm not sitting at my desk, then like you would kind of see my bookshelves, but honestly don't know if you would or wouldn't because my computer chair is kind of big. So that's one thing, but like mainly just the actual like doing of it. And then just like not being overly critical of myself, like trying to just film the video and just upload it and put it out into the world and not be too like crazy and be like, oh my God, it doesn't look perfect or whatever. I don't want to put that kind of stress on myself. Like I know everybody is all about that aesthetic YouTube life. And I know that it has an appeal, but it's just not my reality. I don't have the funds or the ability to make that setup. Like that's not what my house looks like. And so trying to just be a little bit easier on myself when it comes to that. When did I start reading? Whenever they taught me them ABCs, and once I could put them sentences together, it was a wrap from there. Literally, I've been reading my whole life. From the minute that I was able to read, I have been reading. So I've just been a book nerd from the jump. My mom says she don't know where I got it from. I don't know. I'm younger than my brother, and I played by myself a lot. That's why. I don't know. What genres do you like to read? Top three. Fantasy, numero uno. Fantasy romantasy is gonna have to go together. But like fantasy romantasy has I have at least 60 to 70 fantasy books in my Kindle right now. It's ridiculous. Um and then right behind that I would have to say would be like just like regular fiction romance, I guess. So basically, like romances that don't have the fiction, I mean, the fantasy aspect to them. And I like a good, like, drama, like a drama. So I guess, like, fiction altogether, like just dramatic fiction, fantasy fiction, or I mean romance fiction. Um, and then after that, I would have to say, I would probably, oh wow, it's hard because I would have to say like number three would be true crime, and then number four would have to be like philosophy. I think those would be like my top, one, two, three, four. So it'd be like fantasy, fiction, true crime, and then philosophy. I think those are like the genres that I kind of tend to stick to. But I do read like some thriller. I read a little bit of horror. I read a little bit of nonfiction. Um, and there's like some smut sprinkled throughout everything. So like, that's just I'm not too locked in, but I don't really like if it's gonna come down to picking, if you look at my collection, fantasy overrules by far. What does your book collection look like? So I think I counted loosely counted at least the books that I have in this room, because I have another room that has bookshelves in it too. Those some of them most of them in the other room are my husband's, but I have about 120 physical books, I think. It's a very small collection. I just started repurchasing physical books when we moved back to New Jersey. I wasn't buying physical books for a long time. I was only getting Audible books, ebooks, or going to the library, mainly because we're military, we move a lot, and hauling a big collection is not only stressful, it's a lot of work, but it's stressful because I don't want my books to get ruined, right? So I know that we're gearing up to move within the next year or so, and I'm like, stop buying books because I don't want to deal with it. I don't. So yeah, that's what my collection kind of looks like, and I'll do like a little, I guess, a little library tour or something one day. And then, oh, I think that was the last question. Okay, so yes, that was the last question. The other thing I had written down was a little note to myself. So yeah, so that's my BookTube Newbie Tag. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope that you come and watch videos and talk books with me later. Bye.